You finally found a winning ad. ROAS is 4 times, CPA is below target, everything is working. So you do what every marketer does. You scale the budget. $100 a day becomes $500, then $1,000. And then it dies. ROAS tanks. CPM spikes. And you're left wondering what the hell happened. Here's the truth. You didn't lose your winning ad. You killed it. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to scale without destroying your best performers. I've spent past 10 years running paid ads, and I've seen this pattern hundreds of times. A brand finds winning creative, they get excited, and they pour money into it. And within 2 weeks, the winning ad is dead. The most frustrating part is that it's completely preventable. The ones spending $100K a month just on Meta, they don't have this problem. It's not because they have bigger budgets, but because they understand how scaling ads actually work in 2026. Look at the data. Skims went from 1,500 ads to 4,800 ads in just 1 year. That's a 220% increase in just 1 year. Grunt scaled from 900 to 3,000 ads. Even small brands are running hundreds of ads right now. These brands aren't just throwing money at ads. They're following a specific playbook. And in this video, I'm going to break down 5 biggest mistakes that kill winning ads when you're trying to scale, and exactly how to fix each one. Let's start with the biggest one. Most brands find a winning ad and they immediately think, let's just put more money behind it. Budget goes from $100 to $500 to $2,000 a day, all on the same creative. This is called vertical scaling, and it's a trap. Here's what actually happens when you do this. On day 1 to 3, performance holds. You think you've cracked the code. But on day 4 to 7, CPM starts creeping up. CTR starts dropping. On day 8 to 14, it's full crash. CPA doubles, ROAS tanks below break-even. Why does this happen? Because you're showing the same ad to same people over and over again. Meta's algorithm finds your best audience first. When you scale without adding new creatives, you're just recycling that same message to same people until they are sick of seeing it. Here's the data. The average creative hits saturation at around $5,000 to $10,000 per month in spend. After that, performance degrades no matter how good the creative is. So what's the fix? It's horizontal scaling. Instead of pouring all your budget into one ad, spread it across multiple variations. So here's the rule I follow. For every 20% budget increase, add at least 2 to 3 new creative variations. So if you want to spend $10K a month, you gotta add 1 new ad per week minimum. If you want to scale to $100K a month, you gotta add minimum 10 new ads per week. But here's the key. These don't have to be completely new concepts. Use the 10 hook strategy. You shoot 2 full ads, record 10 different opening hooks for each. Result, you get 20 unique ads for the cost of 3. Why does this work? Because 90 to 95% of viewers never make it past the first 3 seconds. To them, a new hook is the new ad. Mistake number 2, fighting against Andromeda with narrow targeting. This one is important. A lot of media buyers are still using detailed targeting, like specific interests, behaviors, lookalikes. They think they are being smart. Oh, I'm going after my exact customer. In 2026, this is actually hurting your scaling. Here's why. Meta's algorithm changed. It's called Andromeda, and it's fundamentally different from how things used to work 2 years ago. In the past, your audience settings determined who saw your ad. You told Meta who to target. But after Andromeda updates since last year, your creative determines who sees your ad. The algorithm uses what's in your ad, the copy, the visuals, the messaging, to find the right people. When you add narrow targeting on top of this, you're basically telling the algorithm, I know better than you, and you're limiting the data it can use to optimize. As the consequence, it slows down the learning phase, and you get higher CPMs and a ceiling on how much you can scale. And a brand has 15 different ad sets, running ABO campaigns, they're micromanaging every variable. And the result they get is they max out at $30 to $50K a month and can't figure out why they can't push past it. So what's the fix? Let creative do the targeting. Do not touch targeting options unless you absolutely have to do it. Use broad targeting, depending on your industry. Age 25 to 65, all genders, no interest. run CBO campaigns, campaign budget optimization, and run consolidated campaigns. Fewer, bigger campaigns learn faster because the time it takes to get 50 conversions, which is a learning phase of a Facebook campaign, is going to be shorter. So here's the mental shift. If you want to reach dentists, don't target dentists as an interest. Write copy that speaks to dentists. Show visuals that dentists relate to. The algorithm will find them. This is counterintuitive if you've been running ads for years, but the brands scaling to $500K per month, they all made that shift already. Number 3 is ignoring the 20% rule. You're scaling too fast. This is the most common mistake I see. An ad is working at $100 per day, and the brand owner gets excited. Let's 5x the budget tomorrow. So what happens next is almost always the same. Meta's algorithm has something called the learning phase. It's a 72-hour period where the algorithm is figuring out who to show your ads to. Here's the thing most people don't know. Any budget change over 30% resets this learning phase. So when you double your budget overnight, you're basically telling the algorithm, start from scratch. Forget everything you learned. So what's the result? The CTR drops, CPA rises by 30 to 50%, and recovery takes 5 to 7 days. And by then, your winning ad doesn't look like a winner anymore. So how to fix it? You apply the 20% incremental rule. So let's say on day 1 to 4, you had $100 per day. Then you increase the budget only by 20%. For the next 3 days. And then the next 3 days, also 20%. And the same for the next 3 days. Is this slower? Yes. Does it work? Every single time. I also have a 72-hour rule. Don't touch an ad for 72 hours. No edits, no budget change, no placement tweaks. Just give the algorithm time to learn. And here's a pro tip. Instead of scaling the ad, duplicate it. Run the same creative in a different campaign with scaling budget. That way, you're getting more budget on the creative without resetting the original optimization. Mistake number 4 is no audience exclusions. This one is costing you money right now, and you probably don't even realize it. So here's this scenario. You're running an acquisition campaign trying to get new customers. But without exclusions, 40 to 60% of the budget is going to people who already bought from you. Think about that. More than half of your new customer budget is hitting existing customers. So with proper exclusions, you have 30 to 50 CPA. Without exclusion, your CPA can go as high as $85 to $120 because you're counting repeat buyers as conversions. This single mistake costs brands $3,000 to $5,000 per month. So what's the fix? Campaign segmentation. You need 3 separate campaigns. First one is acquisition campaign. Exclude past buyers from 180 days ago. This is for new customers only. Second one is the retention campaign. In here, include only past buyers. Third one is the testing campaign. Here, you target new audiences using new angles and new hooks. So create a custom audience from your pixel conversions. Select the last 180 days and add that to the exclusion section of your acquisition campaign. This single change will make your true acquisition costs visible. It might look worse at first, but only then you see real numbers instead of inflated numbers. Mistake number 5 is having no backup creative. So this is the mistake that catches brand completely off guard. You find a winner, you scale it to $10K a month, everything's great. But then it begins to saturate and you have nothing ready to replace it. So then you panic and you go like, oh, I have to shoot new creative. But you start from scratch. You have to shoot new creative, new hook. And during that process, you lose momentum for 2 to 3 weeks, but your competitors keep scaling. Here's the data on how fast saturation happens. At 5K a month, primary audience starts saturating. At 10K a month, most single creatives hit ceiling. Recovery time without backup is around 2 to 3 weeks minimum. That's like a 15 to 30K in lost opportunity while you're rebuilding the creative. So what's the fix? The fix is simple, but not easy. You create constant creative pipeline. The brands that scale consistently run 2 parallel pipelines. Pipeline A is the iteration pipeline. You take winning hooks and iterate. Same message, different executions, keep what works and refine what doesn't. And pipeline B, you test new concepts. They simultaneously test completely different angles, different customer problems, different hooks, different formats. And once you find a winner, that goes to pipeline A and go through iteration process. And new pipeline B process takes place. So here's the split I recommend. 75% of the budget should go into scaling campaign with proven winners, and only 25% of budget should be spent on testing campaigns for new concepts. So that 25% becomes your insurance. When your scaler saturates, you've already got the next winner warming up. I call this the flywheel strategy. You're constantly feeding winners from testing into scaling, and as scalers die, the next graduate is already ready. So there's no gaps, no panic, just continuous momentum. All right. Let's bring this all together. The 5 mistakes that kill winning ads when you scale. Mistake number 1, vertical scaling only, no creative multiplication. And how to fix? Add 2 to 3 creatives for every 20% budget increase. Mistake number 2 is fighting Andromeda with narrow targeting. How to fix it? Go broad and let creative do the targeting. Mistake number 3, ignoring the 20% rule. How to fix it? Increase your budget 20% every 3 to 4 days, not 5 times overnight. Mistake number 4 is no audience exclusions. How to fix it? Separate acquisition from retention campaigns. Mistake number 5, no backup creatives. How to fix it? Run a 75-25 split between scaling and testing. So, here's the bottom line. Scaling isn't about throwing money at ads. It's about building a system that lets you grow without breaking what's working. The brands that are scaling to 100K, 500K, even $1 million per month, they're not smarter than you. They just have better systems. I'm breaking down more D2C ad strategies like this every week. No fluff, no gatekeeping, just what actually works. If you want me to apply these strategies for your brand personally, check out the link in the comment section and I'll get in touch with you. See you in the next one.